Yes, back again. Yo, welcome back to, you know what this is. You know the famous JNN, Jamar Nicholas Network greeting. Well, hello. Well, hello. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to Coffee Break. You, Yizzo, was this up? You know what it isn't is, so my shizzin is for all those whack crews get the herbals. Yo, what up? There's a lot of well wishing going on in the chat. Yo, what up? We see a whole lot of superstars up in here tonight. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The double touch but then Yeezer, the Zer, the Zizzer. Yo, Jojo, you just set the tone for the night. There was a period of time in the 80s. Yes, we're going to talk about the 80s again, where there was, I guess you would call it comedy rap or like kind of like off kilter rap. I've been listening to the Will Smith book on Audible, and it's a really interesting read listen. And what I like about it is that Will's reading it himself, and it's interesting to think about a cat like Will Smith, who was a multi generational famous person who has been famous so long, he's famous to people for totally different reasons. Like there's people who know getting jiggy with it, Wild Wild West Will Smith. Then him crying his eyes out on Red Table Diaries Will Smith. And then there's first rap group in history to win a Grammy Will Smith. And then there's Philadelphia Will Smith, as we all rap. Well, I rap Philly to the fullest. Um, but yeah, dude, I enjoy that he's also reinventing himself. He's really reinventing himself right in front of your eyes, Will Smith. And a lot of people have been talking about this Bel Air. I don't think they're calling it a reboot. It's kind of like a reimagining, which I think looks really interesting. So maybe we could talk about that. But it made me think about when JoJo just quoted the double touch bus. And I started thinking about Rapping Duke. And, for all of you Biggie fans who only know what that is from that line, like there was not a lot of rap music at the beginning of all this. And there were just kind of like offshoot things like, I guess Double Dutch Bus really wasn't a rap, right? Because they were just kind of, oh, I don't know. Let me get this going. Yeah, what up, Skunk Works? I see you. Let them know. So yeah, like so this dude wasn't it? I think about rapping Duke. I think about uh uh um that wasn't Jimmy Spicer. Who did the "Look at All These Roaches" song? Like, remember there were kind of these comedic pseudo rap things that were really popular. Jojo says Ice T is like that. Ice T is a perfect example. Folks want to know what the SVU detective started when he started rapping. Yo, Ice T was like one of the most hardcore dudes back in the day, and it's hard to even talk about that now because people just don't believe you. Like, wait, Ice T? And everybody likes to meme everybody up. One of my favorite things in early internet was the picture of uh, a soda dispenser, and it's got Ice Cube's face where the ice is, and there's iced tea for one of the levers. And I get it, and ha ha ha. And but if I could have told you in 1989 that Ice Cube would not be the ice cream you know right now. You'd go, you're smoking. Show tip of the bucket to the doc, breaking. Yeah, see there you go. We could go there. Yo, what up, Suze? Yo, Suze, we got a new name. What's up, groupies? I don't know how I feel about that. If you want me to call you my groupies, that's a whole other thing. But that means welcome to group. If you're just getting a group, pull up a chair. Hopefully, you got a parking space outside. Remember, we don't validate here. So I hope you took care of that. You can always park in front of the meter with the busted John. You see the paper bag over it. Get in here. The coffee's hot and it's just for you. And you know what we got to do it, guys. Get ready. It's coming. When Suze is in the building, we gotta. Suze pose. You guys got to work with me tonight. I'm all over the place. Russ Parr in the critters. Well, thank you. Oh yeah, right. Oh, we gotta give a shout out to Notorious JRD in the building. JRD, one of the mainstays of the JNN. You know about the JNN, the Jamar Nicholas Network. JRD, who's also I called you on Pencil to Pencil last night. The green visor bean counter of the JNN network of podcasts. JRD says, yeah, try explaining the whole body count thing to kids today. Wait, the cop on TV? Yo, when Ice-T decided to do a metal band, and there were two versions of that video. There Goes the Neighborhood, one which was extremely edited for MTV, and one that wasn't. Yo, that was some really amazing stuff, and it kind of really talks to like the racial divide. And this is what 30 years ago, something like that. Not much has changed, yo. For real, for real. Sue says, "Don't be bringing no decaf up in this Humpty Dumpty. You know what it is." Yo, Jerry Kraft. You know Jerry Kraft, Newbery Medal Award winning Jerry Kraft, New York Times bestseller Jerry Kraft, first base Jerry Kraft, second base Jerry Kraft, shortstop Jerry Kraft. I look in my Twitter feed. I see Jerry Kraft's picture all up on the NBC website joint. Jerry Kraft is worldwide. That's the kind of people I roll with. Sip of coffee for Jerry Kraft. Hold on, we can just sip us up. And not pop a squat. We don't want to do that one. You just sip us up. The first sip of the night. That feels good. Needed that. Jerry Kraft says, and Queen Latifah is the equalizer. Right. Queen Latifah is also a really great example of that kind of like modality of rappers, right? In my mind, Queen Latifah is still rapping Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah isn't Diva Queen Latifah or Equalizer Queen Latifah or Stage and Screen Queen Latifah. Maybe Set It Off Queen Latifah is the closest to rapping Queen Latifah. I gotta do my favorite line from Set It Off. With also Jada's in Set It Off. If you've never seen Set It Off, put down your remotes and go watch that after this. And also, would Set It Off be considered a hood movie? Discuss. There's a scene where they're trying to get weapons for this bank heist they're going to do, and Dr. Dre from NWA, and there's another one. Dr. Dre is their like arms dealer, their hookup, and they're in this gun range, and I guess they're trying to get guns, and Dr. Dre's like, yeah, I got you. And like they point to the table and there's a bunch of like little revolvers or something. And Queen Latifah with tight braids. She goes, yo, we ain't trying to rob a stagecoach. We need something to set it off with. it, Dr. Dre looks at the camera and goes, set it off, which also reminds me of those polyester cheese commercials. Is my man Chris Mariano in the building? Hey Sal, let me get a pizza with nothing. Nothing. It's just like such bad acting. But yeah, yeah. All right, let me get into these comments and see what you guys are talking about. Yeah, Doc brought up Breakin'. Now, I might have to structure this. I'm all over the road. Breakin' is a very close to all of our hearts movie, right? Breakin' was like there was nothing else. Breakin' happened. Then a lot of stuff happened at the same time. I remember cats were going to go see Flashdance. Yeah, we're going back in time just because there were two scenes of breakdancing in the movie. But then when Beat Street came out, that it was over. But yeah, Breakin' kind of reminds me of, and I talked about this the other day on It Ain't Hard to Tell. Uh, Breakin' feels very West Coast, and even kind of like they weren't even. I haven't watched in a while, so I got to be careful. But the breakdancing was really it was less New York City breakers, crazy legs breaking, and more like the end of disco pop lock boogaloo rerun. What's happening? Stripe crazy socks and suspenders breaking. So let's talk about that. Chris, what up, Chris? Chris says he just got a SAG nomination. Oh, right. I think I heard that Will Smith just won a Golden Globe for his Venus and Serena movie, King Richard. You know, I think Will Smith is super underrated, and even all of these years, people he still there's a stigma around him. It's so interesting. Sue says Ice T is the nicest guy in the world. You've probably met him a couple of times, right? I bet, right? But I guess people want to think what they think. To that body count thing, Jared says, yeah, 89, 90. I think I remember watching that unedited body count video and was just marveling at it. Like, there's some real raw rap videos from back in the day, and probably one of my most. If you want to, I don't even know if you can find it. Like, find Public Enemy, Can't Trust It. That's a rough video, and you'd be hard pressed to believe that that came out what 30 something years ago. And it's a shame that we haven't really moved much past that socially. It's a shame. But yeah, JoJo says struggling with Latifah as the equalizer. I haven't seen it at all. But is it not good, or is it that you can't wrap your head around it being ooh, ladies first, ladies first? Is that it? Yo, Matt says, Susan, I love the equalizer. Do you remember? Oh, here's another thing. I got so many. Here's another thing. The Equalizer was a cool show. That was another 80s show where I can't remember the cat's name. It was like the old British dude who was the Equalizer. The Equalizer is almost kind of like a James Bond type of cat. Like it gets played by different people. I think that they all have the same name. And then that's kind of like a back in the annals of TV where a lot of people don't remember that. Like that was like that Friday night action, slow plotted procedural show block, like Equalizer, Wise Guy, when Ken Wall would come on. Silk Stockings would come on like later at night. And it just kind of went away. And I remember saying to people, yo, you remember the Equalizer? And they're like, no. But then the Denzel Equalizer movies came out, and people were like, yo. And I was like, yeah, you don't remember the TV show? No. But now Latifah's the Equalizer, and they're like, the Denzel movie? So, I mean, I guess that's just part of us getting older, and there's so much kind of air between stuff. Why did I look at that? Come on, y'all. Jared D says, yeah, when Latifah took a risk to sing standards. Remember that? Yeah. Yeah, And I think was the big opening for her is when she did Chicago, right? UNIT. What? Yo, y'all are on to Latifah tonight. I punched him dead in his eye. Yeah, you guys are getting into this. I haven't seen any of the Denzel Equalizer movies, but it's on my list. Yo, Trey, what up, Trey? Trey says I never seen the first one, but I love the second one, the Equalizers. I think. Yeah, we're all over the road tonight. JRD says Shabadoo. Sip of coffee for Shabadoo. Rest in peace. And it was Shabadoo Quinones was a main guest at a show we did in 18, and he was a very nice guy. Did a big dance course demo at the show. Didn't they make breaking action figures? And I might be making this up. Maybe I had a fever dream, but I thought there was a Turbo and Ozone, and it came with a broom, like a broom in there, so you could do your like ooh ooh oh scenes. E, what up, E? E says saw body count on the second question mark Lollapalooza tour. Wow, you guys were getting old. That's crazy. Yeah, JRD is like, yeah. No, it's not even trusted. It's trust with two S's. Like, that word is crazy. Such a good video. But yeah. Yo, it might be January, but it's always July. When the DMV is in the house, oh my God, danger. What up, July? Good to see you, bro. Oaklade Skunkworth says, Latifah's no Denzel, but is Denzel no old British white guy? I can't remember that cat's name. Sip of coffee for anybody can remember. Yeah, well, that was his name, Edward Woodward, right? Yes, thank you, Doc. Joe said, "Yeah, that's it. I keep seeing her in that woke hat of hers with Moni Love. Is that what they call? Oh, Robert McCall. Yes, yes, yes. Is that what they call hats now? Woke. That's such a yo. The flavor units in the building. I think the flavor units underrated rap crew. I got the coffees. There's so much stuff going on in here. Doc, you just gave me a string of stuff. I can't put that on the screen. July says, Jake and the Fat Man. I'm ready for them to remake more. New Equalizer, new Magnum PI. Oh, you get down with Magnum PI? Yeah, there was like new Hawaii 5-0, new this, new that. How about this? Let's start our first questionnaire of the night. Meanie. Say what? Oh, so yeah, Doc, it's cool. You can put that like, and everybody in the chat can access that, but it'll just be a string of text if I put it on the screen. Yeah, we could talk about De La Soul all day. Yeah, Matt says Magnum, SWAT, all the old folk shows on CBS. That's right, SWAT. I remember the SWAT movie. Wasn't that one of LL Cool J's first action movies? Didn't they do an Adam 12 movie? Okay, so what I want to try here is let's you guys who are watching this live rattle off a couple of shows you'd like to see. Well, I don't think anybody needs to see anything remade, but things that haven't been remade yet. Put them in the chat. What would you like to see? And then we'll talk about it. I have my own. Yeah, what up, Bill? Bill says I'm just waiting for Airwolf to get remade. There's a really strong factoid that made 80s things exciting. The shows were less about the characters and more about a vehicle. Think about it. Especially to like young kids, like it was all about the vehicle. Knight Rider, A-Team, even to a degree, they had a cool ass van, right? That black van with the red stripe. Did they ever name the van? Did the van have a name in A-Team? Even going back a little further back, Starsky and Hutch. Starsky and Hutch had that souped up Gran Torino, um, Dukes of Hazard, Airwolf, even Simon and Simon didn't. Wait a minute, what was I thinking about Simon? So Magnum PI had his red Ferrari, right? All right, let me read some of these comments to stop talking. The Phoenix. Yo, I don't remember that. What show was that? Elgin Ball says Gold Girls. Yeah. Who would be in the new Golden Girls? Let's talk about that. $6 million man. They should get Stone Cold Steve Austin to play the new $6 million man. How meta would that be? Oh, here's another call for $6 million man without Marky Mark. They didn't remake Bionic Man at all, right? It hasn't been touched. JRD has to take his way back. Since we're not getting a film sequel, thanks, Sicko Hammer. A reboot of Man from U.N.C.L.E. would be great. Could you do Get Smart now? Who could play? Who would be a good Maxwell Smart? Yo, what's up, Shan? Riptide. Yo, Riptide was the shot. Trey went off script. First of all, we need a Lobo movie. Lobo from the 80s, not the DC character Lobo. The old dude. Who was that? Was that that was an Andy Griffith? Who was that? Sheriff Lobo. I would love to see Harvey Birdman, attorney at law. That's what's up. Perfect Strangers. Who would be in the new Perfect Strangers? Oh, that's a good one. Quantum Leap. Not a reboot, but just more of it. Oh, like just keep it going. That would be cool. We can rebuild him. We have the technology. Do, 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 do. And I guess if they remade $6 million man, how much would he cost? Would he be like 6 trillion? Yo, I like the A-Team movie. Sip of coffee for Bradley Cooper, Philadelphia's own Bradley Cooper, Jenkintown in the house. The A-Team movie was so good. They were laughing the whole movie. That movie was so dumb. It was good. My favorite scene is when they're in a tank that's free falling, and then I think a parachute comes from the tank, and then they're shooting the turret to steer the tank. And the I forget who's that. Not Jessica Biel. Who was Jessica? Who was the woman in A-Team? I can't remember her name right now. And she's like yelling at a general. The A-Team, they specialize in the ridiculous or something like that. It was such a bad movie. It was good bad. There you go. July says, I want to remake The Fall Guy, Simon and Simon, and Heart to Heart. Oh, Heart to Heart. That's what they need. A Saturday night Heart to Heart 1 hour joint will be great. I think, July, I think you won. And when they met, it was murder. Jojo says, I need a decent reboot of Knight Rider, and I loved Airwolf. I know about Rat Patrol. In the desert with that cool Jeep with the turret on the back. And that's the thing about us graybeards, when TV was, when the world was a lot bigger and TV was a lot smaller, you watched everything, anything and everything that came on. The later you stayed up, the weirder the stuff got. And I don't really think we understood the whole thing about syndication and reruns, because there were like just shows, and then there were old shows that were in black and white that were just like Gilligan's Island. I remember watching the black and white episodes, and then they were color episodes, but they're all just mixed in there. Like F Troop The how about the original Ghostbusters? The that was like a '40s show, wasn't it? With the talking gorilla. So much. Yeah, Bill says, fun note, Rampage Jackson made his own A-Team van after he was in the movie. Oh, that's fantastic. I would have enjoyed to see one more A-Team movie. Jared D says, since they tried and failed 3 times, is it worth trying to reboot Knight Rider? Well, what would the car be? How could you make Kit more futuristic? Because they have cars that drive themselves now. Would it have to fly? Then that's the remaking Mask. Then not Mask, the kid with the face. Mask, the cartoon. Matt says they did remake Bionic Woman. Didn't make it a full season, but I liked it. Who was in that? Oh, V. That would be cool. Yo, V was must see TV. Like when the girl had the baby and it was like, and the baby was like an alien. People were like, what? Huh. Paul Rudd would be a great Maxwell Smart. Huh. Interesting. Oh, you're right. Get Smart did happen. I guess in hindsight, Steve Carell would make a good, but I like. Let's try to get with Paul Rudd. Yeah, who was it? Claude Akins? Is that who Sheriff Lobo was? Right, it was The Rock and Steve Carell, right? Yes. Look at that. And we don't even have to go to Google. We just know this stuff. So Christian says the Phoenix had the amulet. He was an alien. Short-lived show from '82. I don't know. I can't say I remember that. Yo, sip a coffee. Well, hold on. Stop the show. It's time for a sipper. Put your sippers up for my man. Where'd he go? Sorry, I can't do two things at the same time. For my man Chris Pierce, Comic Tropes, my favorite comic book YouTube channel. Chris Pierce is a caffeine in good standing. A groupie? Oh, is that a thing we're doing now? Sue's groupies. Chris Pierce says for comics movies, I'd love to see some biopics on the golden age. That'd be interesting. Why don't you rattle off a couple? Sip of coffee for Chris. Good to see you, bro. Go watch Comic Tropes. That's my shot. um, and then I'll do a couple more of these, and I'll do an ID. Yeah, Jared D. He's quick on the draw. Jared D's all coffeeed up. Jared D, what are you drinking tonight? Yo, Bros, what's up, Bros? I haven't seen you in a minute. Good to see you. Happy New Year, my man. Wow. Lobo was a spinoff of BJ and the Bear. So you'd have to reboot that first. And really, would BJ and the Bear be kind of like a spiritual cousin to Smokey and the Bandit? Then right? I don't know. Discuss. Oh yeah, that'd be hot. I feel like they did Mod Squad over again, didn't they? Chris says NBC had the $6 million woman back in '08. I don't remember that. Buck Rogers. Yo, you know what? And Doc, I'd love to hear what you think about this. People crap on Buck Rogers like it was the worst thing ever. I thought it was like, I mean, Buck Rogers was exactly what it needed to be. The TV show with Gil Gerard, my man, my man Hawk. He had the bird paint. There were some really good and bad parts of Buck Rogers, but I don't remember thinking it was bad. I mean, I was young when Buck Rogers was coming on. That was all off of the wave of Star Wars. Who would be the new Buck Rogers, JoJo? Jared D says they were working on a way to bring back Quantum Leap, but Stockwell's recent passing killed one of the ideas, so they would go with Scott Bakula in the AI role if they did it now. Oh, really? That was a thing. Huh. Shannon, we're mixing metaphors here. Shannon said, if I could do a remake of Turbo Teen, it would be the funniest, stupidest comedy ever. Yeah, I'm sure everybody knows about Turbo Teen. Put that into your YouTube browser, you'll find it. Jessica Biel. I was close. Jessica Biel was the agent in A-Team. They specialize in the ridiculous. Now, what about the Miami Vice movie that Jamie Foxx was in? Right, they did that already, and that wasn't bad. Chris says for remakes, have you ever seen those TV episodes where they remake the openings to show like heart shows like Heart to Heart? No, but I feel like I know what you're talking about. But yeah, Heart to Heart was so good, and when they met, it was murder. Yo, Jojo, why you shot on Carlos out? Is he here? Doc says somebody said Columbo with Mark Ruffalo. I watched that. That'd be good. I'm a big Mark Ruffalo fan. I'm also a big Sam Rockwell fan. I think Sam Rockwell is criminally underrated. His performance in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is underrated. There's a dude who has a whole YouTube channel talking about how great Justin Hammer is in the Marvel films. Anytime Sam Rockwell comes dancing out from behind the curtain, you know it's going to be a good scene. Yo, Silk Stockings would be a dope reboot. You remember that? Jared D's going to take it military. If they rebooted Hogan's Heroes, would they set it in Afghanistan now or stick with Germany? I don't think you could reboot Hogan's Heroes. And also, one of my favorite little side nods was Recess, that Disney show. That the whole intro to Recess was like ripped off of Hogan's Heroes. It's so good. When did they remake that? Wait, that didn't happen too long ago. I think you're right. I didn't watch any of that. You guys are fighting it out in there. Yo, sip of coffee for superstar Ben Harvey. Oh, hold on, I gotta put up my graphic. Good to see you, bro. Ben says, what'd you say? Oh, Ben says new Knight Rider kit would be a transformer. Yeah, I guess we would have to transform. Transformer. Oh yeah, people in the chat are giving Chris his props. Chris, just this week have gotten addicted to comic tropes. Yeah, bro, it's good stuff. All right, okay, here you go. New Golden Girls: Jennifer Lewis, Felicia Rashad, Jackie, hey Mary, and Diane Carroll. Whoa, that's a lineup. I love it. Jerry says, not the man from Atlantis or the Greatest American. I'd like to see a Greatest American Hero reboot. That would be cool. Yeah, okay. JRD says, yeah, BJ and the Bear was a copy of Smokey and the Bandit. Today will be a completely different series based on the title alone. That's very true. I like when JRD makes his own pauses. Oh, they did remake Mod Squad with Omar Epps. It was straight trash. Yo, I'd like to see a Spencer for Hire remake. Didn't they do a Hawk series where it was just your man Hawk? Oh, you're talking about Hawk from Buck Rogers. Yo, Hawk had the original wave brush. Hawk was in his ship that looked like a hawk. He was really on the nose, brushing his shit down like you. He hollered at Buck like you. EJB in the building. Small wonder. I think that would be interesting. What if they did kind of like a dark version of Small Wonder, where Vicky the robot was kind of like maybe I don't know. You could go so many ways with that. Man, right? That's the Spencer for Hire remake. Chris Pierce says, I think Jack Kirby designed Turbo Teen. Really? How can we find that out? July says Michael Mann did the Miami Vice film. He made the show too, right? And the director's cut is the best version. I like Miami Vice. I thought that was cool. Oh, it's in the building. Eric says, "Did you know Jack Kirby did some design work for it?" So I guess that's what it is. Yo, what up, Adam? Good to see you, bro. Read Punk Taco. Haven't seen you around. Adam, did you chime in on my Facebook thing where we were trying to figure out if Wu Tang Clan albums were posse cuts or was this something else? That was fun. They did Starsky and Hutch already, which was a complete failure. Starsky and Hutch with Mark Ruffalo and Sam Rockwell. I don't think they could afford those guys. Yeah, Choke was good. My one of my well, what was the Chuck Barris Sam Rockwell movie where he was Chuck Barris and he was the host of the Gong Show, and he had this he it was one of those depends on who told you things where he claimed that he was a secret agent, but nobody believed him. What was the name of that movie? Moon is a great movie. You can probably find that on Netflix. Watch that. Yeah, Recess. I don't think ever came out on like Disney, VHS or whatever. Recess is a really great show. I watch that for inspiration sometimes. Right. See, this is what I was talking about. Everybody's talking about Avery Brooks playing Hawk in the Buck Rogers reboot, but he already played Hawk on Spencer for Hire. You guys are confusing me now. Oh, Bill says Ben Harvey is awesome. Yes, that is very true. If you don't follow Ben Harvey's illustration on the Instas, put it out there. Oh, Chips, that just happened not too long ago. The Oakland Sunkworks says Chips remake with Peter Skarsgård and Michael Pena. Was that his first name? Was awesome. Oh, yo, Joel, I'm not putting that on the screen, yo. You're gonna cancel me. Matt says they were working on a gender swap Greatest American Hero and it didn't get picked up. Whoa, that's crazy. All right, you guys. Oh, I was going to say Rockford Files, and I was going to talk about Rockford Files for being innovative. It hits the car theme because his gold. What did he have? A gold Camaro, and he was also his answer machine was I think the first time there was an answer machine on television, and that was a big part of the show. Oh, July says Mark Wahlberg had a Spencer reboot movie on Netflix. Oh man, you guys are going in on Spencer for Hire. Wow, Jerry Kraft says Spencer for Hire remake starring Mark Wahlberg, Winston Duke, and Post Malone. Okay. Joel speaks on Turbo Teen. I think Kirby was just a Ruby Spears and kind of messed with everything, but it seems 9-10 Toth finished that stuff up. Interesting. Yeah, he says, I listened to the audiobook of that Chuck Barris auto bio. Barris read it himself, and it's great. If you remember the name, I'd love to listen to that. That's very cool. I need something to listen to after I'm finished with the Will Smith thing. All right, let's do an ID, you guys. You, crank that soldier boy, are watching Coffee Break with JN with your boy JN. Jamar Nicholas is my government. I go by many names. Your internet safe space and best friend is one of them. Some call me Maurice. I haven't done that one in a while. Philadelphia's favorite son. And also the Black Dick Cavett, Johnny Carson, if you may. My favorite I've been rolling with for a while, John Luc Picard, the captain of this ship, Engage. And Kevin Scrapple, because bacon was taken. Hello, what brings you here tonight? Well, we come here for Tabernacle. Some call it group. This is your internet group therapy where you look forward to this every Thursday. Is it Thursday yet? That's right. We stole that from the Critical Role people. You want to know when Thursday is because you can come here. So what happens here? You get to watch me, cartoonist Jamar Nicholas, drink this coffee out of the official, so official. Is it Thursday yet? Coffee break with JN mug. We got merch, yo. Drink this coffee and run my mouth. And where's Trey? Tell him. And when I'm out of coffee, video over. Let's give a shout out to my caffeines. You know who you are, caffeines. The caffeines are the tell them Sue's friends of regulars, not decaf, of Coffee Break with JN. That's right. No decaf up in this Humpty Dumpty. This Major Falcon, this Mickey Ficky. I'm here for you, and you are here for me. Simpatico. We make things happen. All right, let's go to the comments. Video over. I love it. Yeah, you know. Oh wait, didn't they do a Cagney and Lacey reboot? I think they did. JRD's referred to pencil to pencil, and then I do the intros, and Mike Bailey is just waiting for me to get through. It's so funny. It's such an Abbott and Costello thing. He's just like, uh, I love it. All right, I'm like, Mike, you ready for it? You ready for it? What? Bam! Ugh, that's so funny. Yes, yes, yes. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. Ooh, who would be the new Murder She Wrote lady? Would it have to be kind of like an aging actress, or could it be a young person? I don't know. Like Angela Lansbury had such star power. Who could take that spot? Helen Mirren. That'd be cool. Shannon says James Garner did all the driving on Rockford Files. Really? He was better than the stuntman. That's crazy talk. That's really cool to hear, though. Yo, a millennial 30 something could be a banger. Yo, straight heat rocks. Banana bread, yo. I like it. So, but here's one of the things though. If you think about it, there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff. We just spent 30 minutes talking about old stuff. Yo, don't give them all your jewels, bro. Don't give them all the gems. There you go. Murder She Blog. That's kind of like Gossip Girl, right? XOXO Gossip Girl. Oh no, what was the no. What was the show that was real popular and then it ended and then the internet made it come back with the young girl who was a like a junior spy or she was a photographer. I can't remember. It was like one of those CW shows that was really popular. Peace out, Jojo. Good to see you. Ooh, there you go. Frances McDormand for Murder She Wrote. I'd watch that. Joel says Rockford was canceled because not you mean canceled like 80s canceled, not like 2020 canceled because Garner jacked his knee up and demanded he do his own stunts. Yes, Veronica Mars. Yes, you guys knew exactly what I was talking about. No. Yes, look at everybody. What up, Miguel? Everybody jumped on that. Veronica Mars. Yes, that was cool. I didn't watch it, but I knew people were really feeling it. All right, here's mine. You had your chance. Here are some of my remakes, and we can discuss. And maybe we'll do a chat poll. I'll do three, and you have to put up the number in the chat for what you'd like to see. A remake of Parker Lewis Can't Lose is one. Married with Children is 2. The Adventures of Beans Baxter will be 3. All of those were early Fox shows before Fox was a thing. We're going way back. That's Tracy Ullman show, Simpsons interstitials before the Simpsons. So, what do you guys think of that? I already forgot what I said. So, Parker Lewis Can't Lose 1, Married with Children 2, Beans Baxter 3. And some of you guys don't. Oh. All right, Suze, just for that. What? You don't like any of those options? You're killing me. Yeah, Parker Lewis in the building. Synchronized watches, sirs. That's right. We talked about Parker Lewis not too long ago, Joel. I know you're friends with Kubiak. Sip of coffee for Kubiak. Somebody help out JRD. I'm taking numbers here. So wow, there's no. All right, so it looks like Parker Lewis is winning. So it's Parker Lewis Can't Lose, Married with Children, and The Adventures of Beans Baxter. It was like a kid spy show. Oh, I have one for you. My Secret Identity with the young Jerry O'Connell, where Jerry. Oh, Sliders. I'd remake Sliders. Sliders was one of my favorite shows, and it could have been amazing. It could have been a lot more amazing. I love Sliders. Oh no. Susan Savage. July says Parker Lewis Can't Lose is the one. You can make Parker a girl or non-binary or something. Kubiak, the squad, and synchronized Apple watches. Yo, and also like Parker Lewis was such a pop culture blip. Like he was cool with the rappers. Like, they'd see him on Yo MTV Raps wearing chinos and like 3 Swatch watches, like doing a sick beatbox. Sliders was great. Yo, My Secret Identity. So I think Jerry O'Connell got superpowers from an accident, and he could levitate, but he couldn't fly. So he would get aerosol cans and propel himself, and then he would like edge off. I could see Misfits of Science. Misfits of Science could be a cool like CW show. There you go. There you go. I brought Suze back to life. Yeah, it kind of it jumped the shark really bad at the end. Yo, what up, Kidlet? I don't think Alf needs to come back. Alf will get canceled if they try to do it now. That's hilarious. And I mean, it's still crazy to me that The Simpsons is still on the air. That's amazing. But yeah, the early Tracy Ullman show. And what else? What else was on the Fox brand? In Living Color, uh, Married with Children. Didn't Cops come from Fox? Yeah, Cops. And look, I don't think we've ever recovered as a society from from Fox programming. Mantis, there you go. How about what was that show? I keep my brain keeps trying to say Car Auto Man. Was it? What was that? It wasn't Mantis. It was a guy who kind of didn't he turn into a car and he had a blinking cursor. None of you said Max Headroom. I think that's interesting. Nobody said Max Headroom. Yes, the Gary Shandling show. Rest in peace, Gary Shandling. There you go. July says you got to reboot Alf as a show about making Alf and how that dude who made it was tripping. Automan. Yeah, I was right. Thanks, Matt. There was some good stuff there. Sledgehammer. Yes, I'd like to see. What about Police Story? Oh, I love Police Story with my man Dennis Farina. That was a great show. Run away, run, run, run. That was good stuff. Chris says the old Fox show, The Edge with Jennifer Aniston. I don't remember that, bro. What was that about? Did I say police? No, Police Story. Police Squad was the Naked Gun stuff. Crime Story was the Dennis Farina joint, right? Street Hawk and Manimal, they were the WWF Tag Team Champions, right? Oh my gosh, where's the time go? Dude, we've always been doing this for an hour. It's crazy. That's fantastic. I'm gonna do another ID for you guys. We're running out of time, y'all. You're watching Coffee Break with JN with your boy JN. That's right, Jamar Nicholas. Your internet safe space. The black dusty roads. If you will, put your hands against the TV screen and feel my energy, the power, if you will. Um, and also the Grand Poobah of indie comics. I haven't heard that one in a while. And I'm trying to blank. I haven't done this. I haven't done all of the nicknames. I printed them out at one point and I forgot. What's going on here? Well, we come together for revival, if you will. Because you had a long week, right? It feels like we were just here because time is just crashing forward so fast. And you need a respite. You need a fortress of solitude. And it ain't on TikTok. I got to tell you that. I think it's here with me and your friends, the caffeines. You know who the caffeines are. Friends or regulars, not decaf, of Coffee Break with JN. And I would be remiss if I did not shout out my GLOs. You know the GLOs, good looking outs. Those are the people on my Patreon campaign who keep me going. All of you keep me going. I can't be the person I am without you. I don't do this in a bubble. Thank you so much for your support. And if you're interested in my Patreon campaign, please go check it out. Patreon.com/Jamar Nicholas. And I didn't tell you what we're doing here. We're here to watch me drink coffee and run my mouth. Tell him, Trey. And when I'm out of coffee, end of line. Keep you hanging on. Yeah, you guys are going mad. You going deep, yo. Pause. X Files. I don't think you can remake X Files without Mulder and Scully. It just can't happen. Alien Nation was dope. Video. We need coffee break with JN t-shirts on the back. It says video over. Speaking of merch, you see the Is It Thursday Yet mug designed by our very own notorious JRD. Do you have this mug in your person? Is this in your pantry? Why not? What are you going to do about it? JRD, put in the chat the URL for your John so you can cop your own mug. Let me see if I can find it. I think I have it on my thing here. Go to grandpunwick.myspreadshop.com and get all the coffee break merch. That goes right to Notorious JRD's pocket, and I get my points. Give me my points, JRD. That's right. You too can drink from the fountain of youth. Hey, look, there's my JRD even drew my picture on the joint. Hold on, we're going to do a Meta Suze pose with this. Get on a good foot. Oh, you know what? I did a black mugshot already. What up, El Jamal? Did we talk already? I did a black mugshot with my Astro Boy mug. I didn't want to. I didn't want to cross promote. Joel says, buy more JRD stuff. So he buys more stuff for me. I tricked him this week. So, yeah, let's do this because we're all sharers. For any of you guys that are creatives or enterprising individuals, put your URLs or Instas or whatever in the chat. You guys trade business cards. We already know about Chris Pierce. Is Chris still here or did he dip? He got quiet. He might have left. But yeah, put your info in the chat so you guys can go support each other. That's what this is for. But this was fun, yeah. And what I was saying about earlier, that there's so much stuff. There's just so much stuff. I mean, I'm so behind on stuff. We talked about this on Pencil to Pencil last night. There's just really no way I can even watch all the stuff. But we all have things we want to see anyway, right? And you make concessions for certain things. I'll do a shout out for things that I am watching actually right now. I'm enjoying Yellow Jackets on Showtime. That's amazing. And I'm also watching Servant, the M. Night Shyamalan joint on Apple Plus. I'd love to hear what you think about those things. No spoilers. I don't like spoilers. Don't spoil this for me. And that's about all the time I have for things. I can't, sometimes I get really great recommendations from people like, oh, yo, did you watch? I'm like, no. What? They get upset because I didn't watch it. What do you mean you didn't watch? I gotta draw these books, yo. Yeah, I think we're like in the middle of season 2, but I think season 3's coming. So good. And also, sip of coffee for Philly. Let me get my sippers up. Get your sippers up, y'all. Sip of coffee from my hometown. Yeah, it's good stuff, y'all. All right, yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. I got a corner in here. Um, but yeah, this was good. We had high numbers tonight. Thank you so much for your eyeballs and your attention. I was a little low today, but you guys brought me up. You lifted up my sales. So thank you so much. I hope this does something for you. Not to grandstand or anything, but I would love if you guys shared a little thing about what you like about Coffee Break. What does this do for you? Yes, sir. You know the I understood the assignment. That's what we do, brother. This professional cartooning at its best right there. You know, before you leave, what do you look forward to, or what do you get out of Coffee Break with JN? I'll pin that on my wall. It'll make me it'll motivate me to keep being the best JN I can be. Thank you so much. I even put on the pigeons for you guys. It's one of my favorite shirts. Oh, look at that. Miguel says community. Yes, that's a huge part of it for me. JRD says coffee break is always a nice respite from the real world. I think I'm still in the real world, but I hear what you're saying. Oh man, I'm off brand. Hold on. Thank you, Oak Lane Skunk Works. I did a Sue's pose without the graphic. Thank you. That's really sweet. Closest thing to a convention experience without the body odor and COVID. Matt says, gives me some social time with like minded folk every week. Something to look forward to. Something to look forward to. Yes, I love it. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. That's fantastic. And you know what, you guys, the caffeines, Sue's made a new joint, the groupies. We're here for group. And and I can't do this without you, right? I could probably just record something and talk at the screen for an hour, but This is where it's at. I came in here, no notes, off the top. You know what I mean? Like with a full cup of coffee, and we just went live and see what happens. Joel says, definitely community. You guys know who I am, and I feel appreciated. Yes, Joel, that's what it is. I told you back in when you first started showing up, it's like, yo, come back next week. Don't not come back. Come back next week. Where's my man Jamal? Jamal was late to pencil last night, and he said in the chat, "Sorry, I was watching Denzel be a Shakespearean king." And I said to him, and I'll say this to you: Denzel Washington ain't going to shout you out on his podcast. Remember where your bread is buttered, y'all. I love you like that. I'll shout you out. El Jamal says, I drop it to keep track of my doppelganger. Yo, we got to stay in sync. Bill says, group is like a comfy recliner. Good mental unwinding. I like that. Good on us. Good on us. And again, this doesn't happen without you, right? So tell your friends, tell your people. And I say this all the time, don't hoard this, share this. Put me on the big TV. You can do that thing on your phone where you airdrop. Put Coffee Break with JN on the big TV in the house, y'all. Don't watch this on your laptop. Put them up. Fletch, what up, bro? I didn't see you all day. This is Seth Thursday. I like the Spartan kick. Kick Wednesday down the hole, yo. I love it. All right, you guys, I'm going to wrap this up and get out of here. Sue, you know what Suze likes to say. Say your goodbyes now, y'all, because once I end it, it's over. But yeah, this was fun. I feel like this is probably the time went by the quickest tonight, and the chat was jumping. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on the Facebooks, on our Pencil to Pencil Facebook page, for our Pencil to Pencil YouTube channel. For Twitch, I got any Twitchers? Anybody? I got my one Twitcher. I think it might be a bot. I don't know who's watching on Twitch, but I appreciate you. Thanks so much, you guys. Oh, I took this off of my personal YouTube channel. I just felt like it was cutting. It was cutting this thing too much down the middle. Well, thank you so much, Chris. You have a nice weekend. Thank you so much, you guys, and I hope to see your faces next week. Look at that. All right, you guys, let's get it ready. Let's do it. No, I need another sip for you. All right, you guys, you have been watching Coffee Break with JN, with your boy JN. I don't know where does the time go. So much fun was had. Mirth making was had. Safe spaces was had. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Good night, John Boy. So, you've been watching Coffee Break with JN, with your boy JN. We chopped it up real fine, diced and cubed, and you enjoyed every minute of it. This happens every week, Thursday at 9 p.m. EST. The greatest man alive. Oh, yeah, the Act Nicholas one. Yes, all of that. What happened here? Well, you got to hang out with me, cartoonist Jamar Nicholas, and watch me drink this coffee and run my mouth. Now that I'm out of coffee, good night, Chop Boy. Video over. See you next time.